Hey, what's going on YouTube? I want to make a video today kind of talking about some of the things I think um, Steam players should know, new players. I know we just brought Steam into the mix, so I kind of wanted to address some things I wish I knew that, to be quite honest with you, I didn't get too focused on until after I beat the game. I got really wrapped around trying to beat it, and then I kind of was just, changing out things when I should have probably changed them out. And to be quite honest with you, I was very blind when I was playing this game, and I wanted to kind of just share my thoughts. If you are new to the franchise, especially if you're new and you've never played a Borderlands game, because I know that this is the first one I've played, and it did make me look at numbers 2 and number 1 in that pre-sequel. Um, and I just want to kind of give you guys some tips and some ideas to think about when you're playing the game. So if you can give me a like, give me a subscribe, I really appreciate it. I'm very into Borderlands, and I'd love to hear your comments down below of anything you want to know about the game, any questions you have about the game. If you get into it, let me know, and I'll make a video on it. If you're trying to, at some point, you end up starting to farm after you get on Sanctuary, I'll be happy to help you find whatever it is that you need. Just leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're looking for, and happy to help out. So, first things first, the one thing you'll notice as soon as you get into the game is you're only going to have two slots. These two slots here. And in case you want to know about these other two that will eventually unlock, you'll need to eventually get on Sanctuary. When you get on Sanctuary, you will unlock number 3. And then when you get to Eden 6, you will get number 4. Um, and that's that noise. So just know that you won't all have 4 guns to start. You only have the 2, and then these will come later down the road. It doesn't take too long to get to the 4 guns, and you'll have 4 for a good chunk of the game. So don't think you're missing out. You'll get a chance to play with a lot of weapons. In addressing the weapons, now don't. I'm just telling you this from my experience. Don't buy any weapons. There's no reason to buy any weapons in this game. Don't waste your money on it. You're going to pick up a lot of weapons as you kill things throughout the entire game, and you'll be swapping out because your level will increase constantly, and the strength of those weapons go up the higher your level. So definitely don't worry too much about buying guns to start. Just keep an eye on the guns you're getting as far as when you get leveled up. So you just, everything kind of goes with you. Nothing too complicated there. Now, this I'm going to talk about this more of an advanced thought that you need to consider when you see certain weapons. So, I didn't honestly keep track of this, to be quite honest, the entire game. I didn't pick up on this part of it because I was new to the franchise, but obviously I was very familiar with everybody who's played the originals, the other ones. So if you notice, if you are a new player, this is for new players. This is not for any veteran of the game. So you don't have to listen to this part. You can probably just click through this. One thing you will notice is that the very top, if you look at that card, let me see if I can give you an idea. So let me pull up this one. So you see how it brings the cards together. So the one thing you'll notice is called anointed. Any gun that's anointed will have an extra bonus at the bottom. So if you see these 2 cards here, this pistol, and you look at the top part, there's like a symbol up there. The symbol represents the anointed version of a gun. And that's kind of a big deal sometimes. If you look at the anointment of the weapon, the anointed weapon, it tells you how it can benefit your character alone. Now, you won't always find until you start farming the weapon necessary for your character. As you can see, I got this from one of the later deeper part of the games, the Wotan takedown. It says while barrier is active, status effect chance is increased by 50%. That's not for my character, but the 2 redistributors I have aren't for my character, so I'd have to farm this gun constantly until I get stuff for my character. So something to think about is you don't have to always find those guns. It's a big perk when you see one for yours. Don't forget that it's good to probably use it. Like, this is probably one of the better ones for Moe's, is after exiting Iron Bear, you get 160 increased splash damage for 18 seconds. So anyway, when I come out of Iron Bear and I use this gun in particular, see how it has then that plus 90 splash damage radius. I mean, sorry, That's the radius. What is this? Almost splash damage. So like with a gun like this, that has the splash damage radius, the 521, it's going to increase 160 more, so it becomes what 680, which is crazy, right? So definitely keep an eye on those as you progress through the game, and you will be fine there. Now, as far as your builds are concerned, if you are familiar with Borderlands, read the description to the left over there, because I can honestly tell you guys this. I'm not lying to you guys. I'm not making this up just for video. This is the honest truth. When I was playing this game, I was kind of building. I mean, I like the machine. I like knowing I can get into my machine. So I kind of just built this tree the entire way, and I just went all the way to the end until I unlocked everything on this tree. Um, and and then I ended up picking just some random things over here. I don't understand the trees too much. So if you don't understand the trees, you may want to do your homework to understand the trees, so you know what it is it does. I didn't read, and all you have to do is read to the left, and it tells you. So if you read the left, when Moe's deals splash damage, there's a chance to add. Yeah, it's right there for you. I was dumb. I was just I wanted to play the game. I'm not too obsessed. Wasn't too obsessed with the build process of this game, and to me that is the funnest part. I think that's the funnest part after you kind of beat the game, because like I said, I didn't even need to be focused on the trees, and I was still able to beat the game. Now, where I came across some trouble was like during Wotan Takedown, and a lot more of the bigger areas is when the trees kind of mattered, because I found myself more in my machine, which is obviously the build I chose. And it made sense after I realized where all my points went. And once I kind of learned how to use my other trees, I became more of a stronger player as far as using my machine and my character as a unit per se. So make sure you read your description so you know what you're doing there. So after you get into the game, definitely when you only have 2 slots, you're gonna definitely want to have 2 different weapons. Okay, so this is SMG. Or not, I already unlocked everything, so I have the guns I kind of favor as far as when I go into farming, or if I'm just kind of building up my character. But you want to have 2 different guns. So this is a handgun, so you want to have a handgun and an SMG, or just make sure you mix and match 2 different guns, because if not, because at the start of the game, your ammo will completely just go in seconds. And I didn't know this, and I found myself without ammo quite a bit. And then when you get on Sanctuary, this is where I'm at now. When you can get here, Marcus Munition is going to be basically where you purchase everything you need to increase everything. So I suggest this is where all of your money spends should go, is quickly into your weapons, so you don't run out of ammo. Another important thing to put money into is the backpack. So weapons and backpack are kind of the main priority. Don't worry too much about the lost stuff and your grenades at first. You'll be fine. Focus on backpack build and getting your ammo up so you can just not run out of ammo in fights, because that was the worst feeling, and it's not fun. So definitely do that. Use the reload station. It's not very every time, whatever money you have. So let's say if I purchased, I have like $1 left. You can always use the ammo stations. Don't think that you have to have X amount of dollars to use these ammo stations. If I spend a ton of money here and I'm like, oh my god, can I refill my gun? Don't worry. It's going to never give you an amount that you can't afford. So know that now. Okay? Don't forget, if you're curious about the damage you are doing, you can shoot against this thing right here. Show you, and it tells you the damage you're doing. Okay, tells you damage you're doing. Okay. Also, when it comes to the shield, let's talk about a little bit about the basics of the shield. If you are, again, just playing straight through and not cheating, shields, again, playing through it, I just kind of wanted to find the biggest shield, because I was playing as Moe's. I mean, a lot of I know Zane has the clone, Flak has the animal, and Siren can move really fast. Moe's didn't really have those perks as far as having an assistant per se to move around and help them. For Mo's, you want something to take some damage, especially when you're dealing with a ton of enemies. So make sure you pick a shield. Like I said, I don't have a big shield now because of the build that I'm using. But when I came to this progressing to the game, um, yeah, make sure you get the biggest shield and watch your recharge delays. You can find a good shield. Let's see, I do have anything on my thing here. So as you can see here, like this is probably my second best shield I like using. This transformer with the recharge delay of 4 to 5 seconds. Obviously, look, you can get shields that are anointed too, so make sure you keep an eye on that. Grenades, I believe to start, you want grenades that have a good radius majority of the time, because you're gonna find yourself dealing with a lot of enemies, especially if you're not playing in groups. At a lot of points of the game where you can do radius damage, killing a lot, taking damage out of a lot of enemies, so then you can kill them with your gun the rest of the way. Make sure you find a lot more of radius grenades that cover a lot of range, so you can do a lot more damage faster. And like I said, as you get stronger into the game, the build will change where you'll have less, and you'll just kind of build around your idea. So I'm just telling you how to get to the start of the game. This item here is a bonus. Don't be too obsessed with it, like I said, to start. Whatever will, like, if you like using certain guns, like I said, like Malawan is what I use for my 2 bigger hit guns, and hence why, as you can see, I have a splash damage and a Malawan weapon accuracy. I mean, if it benefits your gun, stick to whatever works for you when it comes to this item right here. Don't overthink it. You'll get more in depth as you level up. And this part down here will not unlock until you beat the game. So there's no reason for me to talk about that now. What else? In Sanctuary, make sure you keep an eye on these type of things. Look like this. These are all bonus. Now, I'm gonna say, this is my opinion, that if you play this game, avoid all of your side quests. Avoid them. There's no reason to do them early, because remember, any side quests you do, any bonuses you get, will be at the level at which you are at the point of the game. So I would save all of your side quests for the end game. Okay, for the end game. And definitely same goes for the handsome jackpot. For those that are in Steam, that you got a really good deal to get this, but definitely don't do that till after you're done. Yeah, just save all the extra for the end of the game, and you'll get more out of it, and you'll enjoy it more. The game levels up with you, in case you don't know that too. The game does level up with you. Also, after you do beat the game, okay, in these rooms here is where you'll have a lot of help trying to find some of the secondary stuff you need to do. So make sure you take a look around Sanctuary, get used to Sanctuary. You'll be coming in and out of Sanctuary quite a bit. Also, learning to use the map. Okay, the map's kind of important. So this is where I kind of struggled to start. I didn't know how to use the fast travel system, being new to the game. So if you're a regular, again, ignore me. If you're new to the game, fast traveling, make sure you press, you get into this screen here when you back up, whatever you're on PCs, if you're playing a PC, whatever allows you to orbit view, go to that, and this kind of gives you an idea where you should be going. Okay, if you go into orbit view, there'll be dots to the left of these areas, where it tells you where you should be going and help you navigate. Just make sure you learn to use that map, because it doesn't really tell you how to use it while you're playing. So make sure you know that. Moxie's, don't waste money on slots. The slots are not a big deal. You don't have to use them until the very end. There's some stuff to do at the end of the game that you can get some certain weapons if you're looking for them through that. The gold keys, yes, this is not, if you are new, gold keys, if you don't know where these come from, make sure you get a Twitter account or on Instagram and add Borderlands. They give free keys every now and again where you can open up that chest. Also, this is your changing station. This is where you kind of can respect yourself and obviously redo all of your stuff. So nothing crazy here. Make sure you know that. If you, at one point in the game, finally get into your room, you'll see you have a little storing item station. That's going to be in the BTUs. Don't waste money on this again until you have all of your ammo and all of your backpack and all of your grenades. This is probably more important throughout the game. Until you start buying the storage, then you can start storing your weapons you want to keep in here. But again, I feel like you're going to keep changing them out until you max level anyway, and then that's when you can start storing guns, because I feel like you shouldn't start storing guns till you max level. So that's important there. What else? What else? What else? What else? Let's talk about the BTUs on the map. What else? What else? You don't have to worry about this Guardian rank until later in the game. Now, this is where obviously you'll have special challenges that they give us. There's obviously a new DLC coming out, and I think some new challenges later in April. That this is where you'll be able to access them and understand them. What else? What else? What else? Maps. Learn to use the maps. In case you are struggling here too, there's also this tells you the missions. If you see everything to the left with this symbol on it is the main story. Okay. Wait, no. This is not the main story. Wait, these are the main story. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, so these are main stories. Sorry. Yeah, these to the left are main stories. And if it doesn't have that symbol, it's all side missions. Okay, so know that now. Again, if you're looking to perfect this game, you want to get a full trophy. Save it for the end. Don't worry about everything else to the end. Focus on the main story. And yeah, that's going to be my simple guideline to start this game. I want to welcome all the Steam players. Hope you guys enjoy the game. You can leave me a comment or a message down below if you have any questions. If you're a PlayStation player and you're looking for weapons, you have trouble farming weapons, and you're just kind of annoyed, don't like farming them, I'm really into the game. I'll be happy to farm any weapon you want. Leave me your PSN account and what weapon you're looking for. I'll be glad to farm it for you. We can hook up, and I will give you the weapon gladly. Okay, gladly. Oh yeah, one other quick advice in case you don't know. Once you kind of go to certain locations and you are new to the game, you're going to probably have to come to the drop pod, which is always down here. Okay, you're going to have to come to the drop pod, which is down here, to get into the area. So don't forget that. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this simple breakdown of things to know, things I wish I knew at the start of the game. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Please click like, click subscribe, and I'll be coming out more videos later. I'll check you guys on my next video.